Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So I don't know if you guys caught last night's episode, but there were so many revelations. The fact that we finally got to see the opening of Mary Cosby's church, and then of course, on top of that, the fact that we got to see, well, the conversation between Bronwyn and her husband Todd. This was interesting. It was interesting and it was wild. So, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's just jump right in. All right, guys. So we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I don't know again if you saw, but it was a very interesting weekend in Vegas to see like the dynamics of everybody. You can clearly tell that not everyone is getting along. Based off of what I saw from Vegas, that's clear. And you know what was so funny? People were asking me what happened to the Vegas Bravocon Salt Lake City panel, because a lot of it was like video footage, and they were asking like, oh, what was this, like a letdown? Was it something normal? And that was on Sunday. And I said, you know, to me, I found it interesting because they did not do an Orange County panel. And I think that the reason that they didn't do an Orange County panel was the simple fact that they were going through the reunion at this time. But like for the Salt Lake City panel, the show's still on. So like, how much are you going to have them talk about when they're literally on the show without them actually exposing what's on the show? It didn't really make sense. But wait, we'll get into it. So, the episode ended up opening with the cast still dealing with the fallout of the plane trip incident involving Meredith Marks with the group and a lot of the tensions. But the ladies ended up gathering at Mary Cosby's newly renovated church, and her family, it's been in her family for 60 years as part of like a group spiritual outing. But Mary used the church event to reveal that her son, Robert Cosby Jr., has relapsed. She admitted that his friends from treatment have already relapsed and the struggle continues. You guys know Mary Cosby's son, Robert Cosby Jr. But at the potluck event organized by Whitney Rose, that was meant to lift the mood of Brittany Bateman, things got a little bit sideways. Whitney arranged a Britney tribute band and a teddy bear station to make amends for the earlier boat incident, but Brittany was obviously emotional. Brittany becomes confrontational when her on again, off again partner, Jared Brown, he confronted her about her flirting during a boat outing. Now, she ended up in tears, being labeled unstable by Jared. And another major storyline that happened was Bronwyn catches castmates' attention when she appears without her wedding ring. We were not expecting that. The fact that she's like flexing that she's not going to have her wedding ring on, everybody was like, wait, what? What is going on? I thought that she handled this with a lot of grace. Um, Also being the person who's not the main breadwinner, a lot of times when you are the main breadwinner, you're the one who has the upper hand. She kicked him out of the house. He was the one who got caught talking to other people. He was the one who got caught in these different conversations. He was the one who got caught um maneuvering around in whatever capacity. It was weird. It was wild. It was something that was just not what we expected. But okay. But he respected her and he left. So we'll leave it at that. Moving on. Another major storyline, though, was Bronwyn Newport she caught her castmates' attention when she appeared without her wedding ring. She disclosed that she kicked her husband, Todd Bradley, out of their home for a few days after discovering via a tweet that he was browsing photos of another woman mid-flight. Now, Bronwyn says currently that there is no arrangement of any kind in their marriage, although she remains open to the discussion if Todd evolves with her. But meanwhile, some of the cast dynamics, well, that was a little awkward. There was a call out from castmate Heather Gay to Lisa and Meredith, and Heather accused them of rewriting history about the plane incident, and Heather refuses to back them until they take accountability. Yeah, well, I don't think that they're taking accountability as far as like what Heather wants them to say, but also I wasn't on the flight, so maybe what Heather wants them to say is like not actually the truth to begin with. That could be true. Mary also does not participate in Whitney's lighthearted potluck because she's still upset at Brittany's earlier comment telling Mary that she is the least Christ-like person that she's ever met. But when it comes to Mary Cosby's son, Robert Jr., he was arrested again on multiple charges after the incident at the estranged wife's family home. He remains in jail without bail. This was awkward. He was arrested on November 9th, 2025 in Salt Lake City after an incident at his estranged wife Alexiana Cosby's parents' home. And the charges include 2 counts of violating a pretrial protective order against him, 1 count of criminal mischief with loss of over $5,000, 1 count of assault on a police officer, 1 count of failure to stop at command of law enforcement, 1 count of intervening with a police officer. And Alexiana's younger brother also called parents saying the suspect was outside and loud banging noises could be heard. So the home surveillance video showed Robert kicking his mother-in-law's vehicle. And when confronted by officers, he attempted to flee on foot, resisting arrest, and allegedly bit an officer during arrest. So when it came to the property damage, there was a broken front window, damaged siding. There was a rock thrown through the mother-in-law Mercedes vehicle. He admitted on like an on-body worn camera that he was aware of the protection orders, but went to the residence anyways and caused the damage. And also in a previous incident in September, he allegedly entered his wife's parents' home through a dog door, went to her bedroom despite being told to leave. And 2 days later, after texting Alexiana 11 times, he returned to the home and punched his father in law multiple times. So the 11-year-old brother of Alexiana reportedly feared for his safety and has been unable to sleep in his room. So Robert Jr., he still remains in custody. There was no bail that was offered, but it's going to be interesting, you guys. I don't know how this is going to play out. Of course, I'm going to be watching, but oi, all right, we'll be watching. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in a little bit. Love you guys.